My name is Heather Dr Buyu. My students know me as Miss Buyu, but at home I go by Adungo. I am currently a high school mathematics teacher. I am originally from Kenya. One of the things that inspired me to be a mathematics teacher was my math teacher inspired me to do better academically, and he impacted my life. So I also wanted a career that made sure that I gave a positive impact to other people's lives. One of the ways that teacher impacted me, he gave me Gifted Hands by Dr. Ben Carson. I was one of the bottom scorers in school. So this teacher of mine, I guess he was tired of always caning me after every single test. He gave me this book and told me, Heather, you need to read this book. Maybe this book might change your perspective on how your academics should be. Dr. Ben Carson's story really inspired me to do better with my academics. From then on, I started focusing on maths mainly because, as I said, that was one of my strongest courses. And as soon as I started focusing all of my energy on mathematics, that also improved my overall academic scores. From then onwards, math became the sole focus on my academics. So that led me to choose mathematics as a career path. I've only been teaching for the past 4 years, and as most of us know, the past 3 years we had COVID. COVID was a really big challenge, not only for me, but for every teacher worldwide. We had to go from teaching in school to now teaching online, and it was a challenge because we were not sure whether the students we were actually teaching were paying attention or even if they even mastered what we were trying to teach. They didn't know how to interact normally when they came back to the school environment. So most of us have been seeing a really huge increase in student behavioral issues. And at the end of the day, if I can see I'm doing a positive job in enforcing their confidence, building up their confidence levels, that's something I really enjoy. What does the typical day as a teacher look like? Our day starts with planning. Even before we get to school, there's a lot of planning that we have to do. You have to plan your lessons accordingly, keeping in mind the level where your students are. So when you're planning, you also have to think about your students so that you can help them master what you're trying to teach. What advice can I give my students to enhance their student-teacher relationships? Listen to your teacher. Be truthful to your teacher. Be honest. At the end of the day, everything that we do, we're trying to do it for your benefit. Any advice to people intending to join teaching as a profession? Join it for the right reasons. You really need to have passion for teaching. This job is one of the most stressful jobs. Without the passion, the stress will eat you up. So be passionate about teaching. Have an open mind. It's also always a new learning experience every single day. I'm currently teaching at SC Flora High School in Forest Acres, Columbia, South Carolina. It is also my alumni. I went to school there. So most of the time, I still think I'm a student because most of my teachers are still there. So when I walk up and down the hallways, I still imagine myself as being a student instead of being a teacher. But it has been a fun experience. It's also fun recounting some of my stories as a high school student at the same school, and also telling my students I was once sitting in the same exact seat that you are now sitting.